was once a wandering man, cause I never felt at home. Now I'm just a gambling man, risking everything I own. The only spirit left in me is from a bottle off the shelf. And all it means is that I can't see a goddamn way to save my soul or self. There's a hole in me, and it's exposed for the world to see.
Yeah, that hit the spot. Sorry, my esteemed viewers, I just needed a little bit of a top up. The night's events, you see, they managed to leave a bad taste in my mouth. So consider this a very special recording tonight. Luckily, thanks to Bob over there, I managed to get enough of my wits back in order to perform my civic duties. Thank you, Bob, and don't worry, your family is in safe hands with me. Now, my radicals, hunters, and nobles, let's get into it. The evening's events were hosted in a suitable location by the enigmatic Ethan and his crew. After some frankly laughable security measures, I was pleasantly surprised that we had a variety of interesting members in attendance. Some of the notables included the Siren, Zuri, Ezra, Freddy, Xander, and Jackson, to name but a few. It would seem a fair number of notable members were missing, but I'm certain they had their proxies in attendance. The night's events began well enough, with some proper introductions, drinks, security protocols, and, oh my, a mysterious stranger in shades who sported a rather creepy disposition. Welcome to the party, Mr. Reed. I do hope you find our merry bunch a profitable venture. I will of course apply to the rules of etiquette and allow you to introduce yourself to the rest of the revolution in due course. Otherwise, the night proceeded in the general fashion. A few words of stupidity here, some ill-placed threats there, a moment of grief here. Actually, let's stop there for a second. Jace, my sincerest condolences for your loss. Know that both of your sisters will be missed by me as well. Such a well of possibility I never got to drain. Ah well. Of course, no party of the damned would be complete without a few magic tricks, and I was pleasantly surprised that the group managed to gain possession of a magician's kit. Very nice to see that, especially with all manner of specters hanging around. It seems Mr. Hayden just couldn't resist pulling a disappearing act on some of its contents, though. These guys, I swear, professional one moment, absolute fucking idiots the next. Did your mother ever teach you to chew before you swallowed, Hayden? How fortunate for you that Jackson is skilled with a knife and sucking out poisons, eh? Guess he must have learned that in some interesting vacation spots. The highlight of the night was that display in front of most of the attendees, though. Seems Ethan and his ilk just can't stay out of the fire. Luckily, Jace, even in his grieving state, managed to save the day in such an outstanding fashion. Gotta hand it to the dragon's newest protege. He is efficient when he is allowed to speak. You know, Ethan, on one hand, I can't even begin to understand the absolute monumental fuck-up your crew achieved, and on the other, I have to thank you. Because I always love it when the best of us grows a little closer to our true nature. Well, time for a quick synopsis of politics. The council and community held a proper meeting, although I cannot help but notice that the good doctor, the newly elected Ezra, and the ousted Sunburns no longer had a voice. Worked out rather well for the rest of the council, a masterfully done political maneuver if I do say so myself. The movement is nicely organizing, fight clubs, operations, hunting the hunters, and all that. The best little piece of news I got, though, was that some of the new members actually have their shit together. Looking at you, June. Gotta love that Camarilla training. Nicely done. You all get the Specter seal of approval. But now, let's get down to the business end of things. You see, when I began my reporting on your movement, I also took great efforts to mislead and cover up some of your more obvious shortcomings. No thanks is needed, but an understanding is. I thought you would fight the powers that be. I thought you would quit your incessant bitching about and simply move to kick the usurpers out at some point. Now, I can appreciate that you're a collection of chaotic chuckle fucks who wouldn't know how to pour water out of a shoe if the instructions were written on the bottom, but principles matter. Let me spell it out in simpleton for you all. The good doctor sent an emissary to the Tower of Power. Strike one. Then I hear that Curtis had sought and gained asylum within the movement. Strike fucking two. Here's a hint. Don't make it strike free. But hey, I liked how during the meeting you all came together and forgave some old grievances. So, in the interest of progress, I'll try and do the same here. So, here's the deal. Kill Curtis by any means you see fit, or hand him over back to the council north of the river. Should the movement succeed, then the hero who does it will get a very special boon from me. Should the movement not do it, then I start leaking information about your lives to the third party who is undoubtedly listening to these special broadcasts. Or, if I'm feeling generous, I'll just personally kill someone you love. Now, Thomasina, it's not every day I address royalty, but I feel like you're one of my fans, so consider this a freebie. When the Rose and the Warlocks get it in their head that the warrior is no longer needed, they traditionally begin their regicide by making the court focus on an exterior threat. Do be mindful of how far your usefulness extends. After all, no philosopher king rules forever. As for my estranged employees who fucked up in the past, one more chance. Kill Curtis, and your debt with me is clear. Fail, and you will find me quite the nuisance. Oh, and one more thing. Let it not be said I do not care about the community. Due to their potential to sour the deal, the following members are to have no contact with Curtis. Zuri, Chase, Mr. Woods, Hayden, and Lazarus. I consider you all compromised in one way or another. Should you talk to the target, the deal is off and there will be hell to fucking pay. Well, your move, everyone. Whatever you do, at least make it fucking entertaining.
Sure to drown.